You think that strand of hair you brushed off your shoulder this morning simply blew away in the autumn wind? You are entirely mistaken. For the past 3 weeks, the migratory birds in your garden have been watching. They have been silently, systematically harvesting you while you comfortably sit on your porch drinking tea. A tiny chipping sparrow or a swift barn swallow is meticulously assessing your biological shedding right now. They are actively incorporating your physical essence, your very DNA, into the foundational matrix of life. This is absolutely not a random act of desperate foraging. It is an intentional, sophisticated master plan. What it ultimately reveals about how the complex avian world truly perceives you might fundamentally change. It will change how you step into your quiet backyard tomorrow morning. Let us deeply delve into this truth. We explore the chilling, yet profoundly beautiful reality of why wild birds purposefully weave human hair. First, we must thoroughly understand the sheer physical brilliance of the organic material you discard daily. Human hair is an absolute marvel of evolutionary engineering. It is primarily composed of resilient keratin. This fibrous structural protein naturally boasts an astonishing tensile strength to weight ratio in the wild. To a small nesting bird, a single shining strand of your hair is functionally equivalent to a steel cable. When a female American robin begins constructing her sacred nest, she strictly requires flexible materials. These materials must stretch and flex without snapping under the increasing weight of her growing brood now. Yet they must remain perfectly rigid. But the structural architecture is merely the superficial top layer. The secondary reason birds actively seek out your specific hair is deeply rooted in dark chemical ecology. Modern avian olfactory science has undeniably debunked the old myth that backyard birds cannot smell at all. They are purposefully using your apex predator chemical footprint as an invisible, powerful scent shield. These tiny creatures intuitively understand the complex hierarchy of the local ecosystem lurking around them. By weaving your scent into their vulnerable home, they ward off creeping raccoons and hungry feral felines. Predators pause when they detect the lingering aura of a large primate right next to the fragile nest cup. It is a brilliant biological deterrent, a silent alarm system woven from your discarded genetic blueprints. Furthermore, your hair acts as a highly effective barrier against microscopic invaders and deadly parasites. Avian nest mites can devastate a fragile brood within days, sucking the vital life force from the orphans. The dense keratin structure of human hair creates a hostile microenvironment for these insidious little bugs. It disrupts their breeding cycle, ensuring the delicate hatchlings survive their most vulnerable early days. But the connection goes much deeper than mere survival mechanics. It touches the realm of strange energies. When a bird selects your hair, it is forming a profound energetic bond with you, the guardian of the yard. In many ancient traditions, hair is considered an extension of the soul, a physical manifestation of spirit. The birds are literally building their future generations upon the energetic foundation of your daily life. Every joy, every sorrow you experience near that garden is silently woven into the fabric of their shelter. Imagine the sheer scale of this invisible network spanning across your seemingly ordinary suburban property. Hundreds of unseen eyes watch your daily routines, waiting for the perfect moment to collect your essence. This is not a passive coexistence. It is an active, highly orchestrated integration of species and spaces. You are not just a homeowner to them. You are a vital, providing entity in their harsh and demanding wild. Think about the journey your DNA embarks upon once it is securely fastened into that muddy, twiggy vessel. As the seasons shift and the biting frost of autumn approaches, the young fledglings prepare to take flight. They leave the sacred nest behind, but they carry the microscopic remnants of your scent in their memories. This brings us to the staggering intercontinental dissemination of your physical self across the vast globe. The fragile nest they leave behind will eventually degrade, melting back into the soil during winter rain. However, the bodies of those wild young birds are now an integral part of an unstoppable global migration. They will fly thousands of miles, crossing vast, roaring oceans and treacherous, unforgiving mountain peaks. Your localized biological signature is suddenly carried into the deep, echoing heart of the Amazon basin. It is a poetic form of immortality, a quiet spreading of your physical truth far beyond your garden fences. Even as you sleep soundly in your bed, a tiny creature is carrying a memory of your presence across storms. Let us return to the intimate scale of your backyard. Observe the way the sunlight catches the hidden nest. If you look closely enough, you might spot a silver thread of your own life gleaming among the dried moss. It is a humbling realization, demanding a fundamental shift in how we perceive our place within the nature. We are not separate from the wild. We are actively woven into it, strand by strand, season after season. The next time you brush your hair on the patio, do not hastily sweep away the fallen strands into the bin. Leave them. Offer them as a silent tribute to the feathered architects who silently guard your properties. Watch how quickly the offerings disappear. The chipping sparrows will descend like quiet, feathery ghosts. They will inspect your gift, testing its strength and elasticity with a few quick snaps of their tiny beaks. Then, with a swift flutter of wings, your physical essence is carried off into the highest oak branches. It becomes part of a grander design, a masterpiece of natural engineering that defies human comprehension. Consider the profound intelligence required to recognize the utility of a material they did not grow with. They have adapted to our presence, turning our discarded biological waste into vital survival tools today. This is the true essence of symbiosis. We provide the materials without thought, and they build the future. Yet, there is an eerie undertone to this beautiful exchange. It implies a level of surveillance we ignore. They are always watching. They study our movements, our habits, our vulnerabilities from the leafy shadows. They know which parts of the yard we frequent and which corners remain wild, overgrown, and totally quiet. They build their fortresses in the liminal spaces between our structured lives and their primal wilderness. Your hair bridges that gap. It is the physical anchor tying their wild existence to our domestic routines. And what happens when the nest falls? When a violent summer storm finally dislodges the intricate cradle? You might find it lying on the damp grass, a ruined monument to a season of relentless parental devotion. Pick it up carefully. Feel the surprising weight of it, the dense, matted strength of mud, grass, and hair. You are holding a piece of yourself, transformed by the beak of a bird into something utterly magnificent. It is a tangible reminder of your deep, unspoken connection to the complex ecology thriving outside doors. We often feel profoundly disconnected from nature, trapped within our concrete walls and glowing dark screens. But the wild world is constantly reaching out, pulling us back into the ancient rhythm of life and deaths. The birds are the silent messengers of this truth. They remind us that our physical bodies belong to Earth. Our shedding hair is a humble offering to the endless cycle of regeneration that sustains all living things. So, Do not fear the silent harvest. Embrace your role as a vital contributor to the local avian biosphere. You are a vital benefactor to the sky, a source of strength and protection for the most vulnerable chicks. The next time a robin locks eyes with you from the fence post, understand the depth of that dark gaze. It is not just looking at a human, it is evaluating a resource, a partner in the great dance of survival. It knows you in ways you do not even know yourself. It senses your chemical shifts, your energetic states, and it weaves all of that knowledge into the very walls of its home, wrapping its young in your essence. This is the secret language of the backyard. It is spoken in shed feathers, fallen leaves, and lost hairs. It requires patience to understand, a willingness to sit quietly and observe the micro-dramas unfolding. But once you tune into this frequency, your garden will never look the same. It becomes a living tapestry. Every twig, every shadow, every rustle of leaves takes on a new, profound significance in the grand scheme. You are standing in the center of an ancient, ongoing ritual of life, death, and miraculous reinvention. The birds are the high priests of this temple, turning your mundane biological refuse into sacred vessels. They honor your existence by relying on it. They validate your place in the world by using your very DNA. So, let the autumn wind blow. Let your hair fall where it may. The unseen harvesters are always waiting. They will gather your gifts and weave them into a legacy that spans continents and generations of flights. You are a permanent fixture in their wild history, a silent guardian watching over the fragile nestlings. Which specific species seems to spend the most time quietly watching you from the edges of your property? Have you ever found a fallen nest intricately woven with strange, silvery threads shining in the harsh sun? Tell me in the comments below. Share your experiences with the unseen architects of the suburban wilderness. Your observations add another vital thread to our understanding of this beautiful, deeply haunting mystery. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your spirit deeply connected to the wild magic resting outside.